Hello, I'm Sally Biddulph. Now the main stories in London. A second man has been arrested on suspicion of murder after a stabbing in Hackney last weekend. Trey Daly from Bromley was attacked near the Colour Factory nightclub in Hackney Wick. The 26-year-old took himself to hospital with stab wounds in the early hours of last Saturday morning, but later died of his injuries. Last night, a 20-year-old man was arrested in Crouch End. Another 35-year-old man has already appeared in court charged with Trey's murder. More than 100 workers at the British Museum are on strike in a dispute over pay and conditions. Members of the PCS union are asking for a 10% pay rise in light of the cost of living crisis. The British Museum are offering a 4% increase. Hackney Women's Football Club are the first predominantly lesbian football team in Europe. And to mark LGBT History Month, they've launched a new kit celebrating their club as a pioneer in the football space. Callum Watkinson went along to meet them.
Hackney Women's Football Club has a loyal following and a rich history. In 1986, it became Europe's first openly gay women's football team. Joni Evans was part of that pioneering squad.
The abuse that we got on the sidelines during that time meant that we had to have a meeting to decide how we were going to be as a team and how we could be supportive for each other. And it all came out, well, the only thing that we could do is to be our true, authentic selves and be an out team. So that would then take away some of the abuse, because if they were calling us a bunch of lesbians, then yes, we were a bunch of lesbians.
Today the team launched a new strip. Hackney's traditional red and black with a Pride Progress flag and club motto on one sleeve. And though the players wearing it weren't born when Hackney Women's came out, they are aware of the debt they owe their predecessors.
I actually didn't know that I needed this club until I found it. Everyone's able to be their true and authentic self. That's what you need. If you're playing the sport you love as well, you want to play it in a way that you can express yourself. And football's a creative sport anyway, so to be able to do that as yourself is really, really important. I think people play their best when they are themselves.
They lost today's match with Clapton 2-0, but this is a club whose most important victories have been won off the pitch. Callum Watkinson, ITV News.
Well, let's take a look at the sport now.
Xero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
It was a closely fought match in the London derby between Tottenham and West Ham this afternoon at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Emerson Royal scored this goal to put Spurs ahead at the start of the second half. The game is currently in its final moments with the score 2-0. In rugby, Saracens were beaten away to Leicester. 24-18, the Leicester Tigers scored 3 tries, including this one from former England international Mike Brown. Well, as we've already been hearing, the red carpet has been rolled out at the South Bank Centre's Royal Festival Hall for the BAFTA Film Awards tonight. Sheila Atim, who grew up in Raynham, is nominated for the Rising Star Award for her role in The Woman King.
We all wanted to rise to the challenge. We all wanted to step up to do these historical women justice, to do ourselves and each other justice, and also to, represent our community. The film is for everybody, but we knew that we were, majority dark-skinned black female cast, and we wanted to make sure we were represented and doing everyone proud.
Well, let's take a look at what the weather's got in store. Here's James Wright.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there, good evening. The mild weather continues for a couple of more days. We've got this warm source of air coming up from the mid-Atlantic. It's picking up a fair bit of cloud before it gets to us. There is a change, though, middle part of the week. Got this front moving in. That will bring outbreaks of rain, but it'll also introduce much cooler and fresher air. One or two showers too. As far as overnight tonight goes, well, after some good sunny spells today, we've got an increasing amount of cloud through the overnight period. A little bit of a breeze out there. Those two things together stop things getting too chilly. We're looking at lows of 5 to 7 Celsius. And that means that Monday is a bit of a mixed bag. Quite a lot of cloud. Quite a few bright spells, one or two sunny spells, and that's just going to change throughout the day. So I think we'll all see a little bit of everything. It's going to be mild everywhere too, highs of 12 to 14 Celsius, a little bit breezy at times during the day. And it looks as though it'll be a similar picture through Tuesday too. That said, a bit more clouds around, but a bit less of a breeze, so 13 Celsius, still remarkably mild for the time of year. Here comes this front. It'll be with us through the overnight period into Wednesday. It will lurk quite a while, so expect a lot more in the way of clouds. A little bit on the damp side too, outbreaks of light rain, but look where the air's now coming from behind that front. Significantly cooler and much closer to where we'd expect at this time of year. It's also quite a showery flow, and I think that will be the case through Thursday too. A little bit of a feature making its way around the high pressure, so cooler and showery, but hopefully a few bright and sunny spells in between. Have a good Sunday evening.
Bulletin sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Well, finally tonight, we'll leave you on a musical note. The Kensington composer behind The Phantom of the Opera and so many more hit musicals, Lord Lloyd Webber, has been commissioned by the King to compose an anthem for the coronation in May. Well, that's all from the London team for now. We'll be back tomorrow from 6 o'clock with updates in Good Morning Britain. Until then, bye-bye.